people of the same cloth, I guess. You're the one who knows more about the situation, but let's actually get into the big news. Let's get into the polls, because of course we were so successful. For some reason, we had our most popular clip of all time. Not of all time. We had our most popular clip in the past couple of months, and of course, it was clickbaiting large streamers. So now we got to clickbait the large YouTubers. What happened in the world of the polls?
I'm actually going to start it as twofold. For one, I guess it's more Pokemon-related news. I went back to work, and I opened one pack, my very first pack, while back at work, and I pulled
a gun.
A gun. No, it's a Umbreon VMAX. It's a $200 card.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So this is
what PSA is that right in your hand?
This is probably a 9. It's too off center to get a 10, but I'm not gonna grade it. This is like just going in personal collection. It was very cool. It was just like about one pack after being out of work for like 3 weeks. Due to COVID, and I pulled a $200 card, so it felt pretty good.
And yet, if I was like, oh, I did my first scratch off after a while, and I won $30. You'd be like, "Wow, a little bit into gambling, huh? Maybe."
Yeah, I mean, it's literally gambling for children. Speaking of scratch off tickets, I did do 5 scratch off tickets. My mom gave me them for Christmas, and I didn't get anything.
Yeah, that's how scratch offs go. I'm still up. I think I won like $100 on my first or second scratch off ever, and I've lost more money since then, but I do it like once every couple of years. So right now I'm still ahead. Pretty badass. I know.
My mom likes to get all of us like 5 scratch off tickets for Christmas. So.
All right, so getting back into it, Jake Paul did a bunch of scratch offs.
Yeah. So this is actually like a huge story. So those who don't know,
Jake or Logan?
Paul. I was literally just thinking about that in my head.
I think it's Logan actually.
Like, to me, they're like one person.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's Logan Paul.
Logan's the Pokemon guy. He was the Charizard guy. I genuinely don't know enough about either of them to make the difference.
Okay, so basically what happened was Logan Paul spent $3.5 million on a sealed case of base set boosters for Pokemon, first ed packs. What that means is that this is like a sealed case from the factory when it was printed in like 1998. There's literally only one other in existence right now, which is currently owned by a Charizard guy, Gary. He's a big guy in the Pokemon scene. He's like every Charizard PSA 10 and stuff like that. He's a scumbag, but I'm not going to get into it right here.
You're just jealous.
Turned out, no, he like intentionally damages cards when he gets influencers to like open product for him, so it doesn't degrade his cards. But that's besides the point. Lo and behold, the box ended up being fake when they opened it to confirmed. The problem is that everybody knew it was fake like months before this all went down.
What, just due to the fact that there isn't enough supply?
No, it's so there's a million telltale signs looking at the box, and when you trace it back to where its origins came from, it was super obvious.
So you mean by box like an actual cardboard box like you'd receive an Amazon package in, right? Not like each individual card.
Correct, like the cardboard box. Like when I say sealed case, this is like a sealed box of 6 booster boxes, or it might be 8. I forget how they used to do it right now. And this was sealed and taped and factory sealed. For one, the tape was all fucked up. The label had like the wrong SKU for the item on it. It was in a weird font. It looked too new. You could actually trace the box back to a sale, I believe, sometime last year, which some guy posted on eBay, and everyone said it looked super sketchy, so no one bought it. And then someone bought it for $60,000 just because, I could take a chance on a base set booster box, in which he sold it to someone else, who ended up selling it to Logan Paul.
So even in this ridiculous scenario where it's like most likely fake, I feel like there has to be some criminal liability in like the fact that someone sold him a faulty product. And sure, he was an idiot for spending $3.5 million, but like he was sold a product that was deemed real. Like where does the fault entirely lie here?
So the person he bought it from went with him to open it. So here's the problem. Here's the breakdown with the whole entire issue. There's a problem with influencers getting into these hobbies, and the people that they quote unquote go to that are say they're experts are not really experts and have no stake in the game at all whatsoever. These are just yes men who say like, oh yeah, this is authenticated, this is that, who don't know anything about it, and people like Logan Paul unfortunately get duped. This really, really sucks because this was going to be like a historic thing, and it ended up being filled with G.I. Joe cards.
I mean, that's are they worth a lot? Did he get the GI Joe
No,
cards rated?
No, they're fucking useless, and it really really sucks.
You think that now, but what is it? What's that one series? Cobra Ken. Is that a thing?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
Cobra Ken.
I don't know. I don't know
Barbie?
anything about GI Joe. Nor does anyone else. That's why this is not worth a lot of money. But Cobra Kai, it's gonna get super popular, and then they got
I had
Shang-Chi.
GI Joe toys as a kid.
Shang-Chi, is that it?
I don't fucking know. I think that's Marvel.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to say is that he may have gotten the investment of the century. $3.5 million is going to be cheap in the grand scheme of things.
I don't think so.
That's my
really
take on
sucks. I don't think that those cards are going to be worth fucking anything. And then it was filled like a bunch of fake Pokemon cards. But it's like I said, at like the community, every single post, everywhere you looked, on like the Pokemon groups and stuff like that, we're all talking about how everyone knew it was fake. But prior to this happening, so it's going to be interesting to see like how he gets his money back, if he can, where the buck stops or whatever.
Well, he spent $3.5 million, and I think that's an alarming. So I obviously some of the actual price is tied to the perceived value of the cards, right? It can't all be labor costs.
It has nothing to do with the price of the cards. You could open up every box, and every single box has the best cards possible, and you would not make your money back.
Where does the $3.5 million come from?
It's because it's a sealed case. Those don't exist.
No, but like what is the itemization of the $3.5 million to say like why? How is their labor worth $3.5 million? What is that figure tied to?
So it's just the value of a first edition booster box. So it's like a sealed booster box itself is worth more than the contents of it because you can get the cards from people who have opened stuff and graded them and stuff like that. You cannot get a sealed, factory sealed version of this. They don't exist anymore.
I thought it was that he spent $3.5 million on grading. He spent $3.5 million on the box.
On the box.
Okay, I completely misread that. Oops. That's a good podcast for you.
Nothing was graded at all whatsoever. This is like a sealed case, like just a box.
Oh, okay.
You may have looked into how he got it authenticated.
Okay, I think that was it.
And basically, he went to some Chicago service, and they like, yeah, authenticated is real. It's some random ass company no one's ever heard of. Once again, a bunch of yes men, a bunch of people with no stake in the game, saying they know things about things when they really, really don't. You know, like these companies have been quoted in the past year saying, I don't know shit about Pokemon, yet they're the people that, you know, authenticate this for Logan Paul. Yeah, it really sucks, and I'd be interested to see how this ends up playing out, if he gets his money back or what, but...
I know you have skin in the game, but I just find this hilarious, so I don't really think it sucks. Then again, if I lost $3.5 million, I probably would think that sucks too, so... I reap what I sow. When I get $3.5 million and I, spend it all on...
I'm just trying to think of a, comparison. Like, this is like the ultimate collectible. This is like the holy grail of collectibles in the hobby. Like,
have you been watching a lot of Pawn Stars on recommended YouTube videos?
No, fuck Pawn Stars.
I don't... So I guess I have been watching a little too much because like my recommended, I don't even, one day, you know, YouTube is like, you know what, today we're going to recommend only Pawn Star related content on every video you watch. Like I wasn't even watching anything related to Pawn.
Are you streaming it on Twitch?
No, I wasn't. Yeah, everyone's just streaming Pawn Stars now. I know Gordon Ramsay says it's actually fine or whatever. That's a whole different ballgame.
He actually didn't say it was fine.
Well, no, the DMCA that Hassan got was fake apparently, and he just came back to it. So he didn't say, he said it wasn't fine, but he's not actively going against people. What I'm trying to say is that like I've been watching too much Pawn Stars, and like I guess I watched like 7 videos in a row. They're like top 10 holy grails on Pawn Stars. So yeah, you saying this is the holy grail of Pokemon? It's like, yep, you are Mr. Pawn, Mr. Star.
No, I guess it's mostly I hate Pawn Stars because they like it's like fake as shit.
It's obviously fake as. I feel like I feel like no one could actually watch it and think it's real. Like no one's gonna come in and be like,
"Are you kidding me? Like, do you understand what country we are in and how stupid fucking people are?"
This is actually skin tissue from Jesus Christ himself. This has been passed along through 95 generations of my family, and I want to sell it for $5,000 so I can get a vacation for my kids. This
is King Tut's foreskin.
Yeah, it's
cherry
these people
flavored.
wouldn't be selling it, especially at the low prices. It's like this patch, only 3 of them exist. And it said that if you own this patch, it blesses your family. This is a family heirloom. My father said never sell this to anyone ever.
Fuck about that, but random ass boomers people give a shit about Pokemon.
But like 4 people give a shit about Pokemon, and they all happen to have $10 million. That's why they're all so much money.
Well, I was about to rip my shirt off just in anger, but I didn't.